What's up, guys? This is Matt Harris tuning in here to show you guys I've been trial and error of a lot of things with this thing, and pretty well think I'm done with it. Yes, it's quite a bit taller. I've got the Rc4wd drive, big mudslingers that supped out quite a bit. This thing is pretty well far from stock now. I'll show you guys. She looks pretty tame right now, but under it is pretty wild now. I have the mofo LCG ugly mofo, not to be confused with a ugly AF mofo. This is a ugly mofo LCG chassis, so it's a little bit different. I switched the furitek around because it was going to be hitting my battery tray. This is where the battery tray and stuff goes. I don't know if very many people have these yet on here, so I switched it around. I've got the mofo bulletproof transmission case and gears, the whole assembly, the set. So everything in this thing is pretty much mofo. Let's see, the Lizard, the version 1, I think is now what it is called. I am running a 2.5 BEC on here for my lovely servo here. I just recently got these lovely mofo solid brass axle housings and cover to go with it. Lovely mofo RC. And then I've got the if I can get a good shot of them here, the FlexBlade XRs. There they are. There's a good shot of them. The FlexBlade XRs, because I want a little bit more flex on this thing. Just why not? I mean, it's not a super uphill rig by all means, but I figured why not. There's another shot of the brass diffs. Yes, I'm running wheel weights. I haven't put them back in their place yet. I just recently put a new set of drive shafts in this thing. Not rear drive shafts. I mean, the lovely front drive shafts here. I'm on my second or third set, but we'll see. Let you guys know how it works. Speaking of drive shafts, I've got the treal hardened front and rear. Just so you guys know, if you do this mofo transmission in here, for some reason my drive shaft, I had to clearance it just a little bit. Focus. Come on. All right. So I had to clearance that. There it goes. Just a little bit. So I don't know if his spacing is just a little bit different on this rear shaft or not on the stock, but just make note of that if you try to buy this. I do have the mofo RC high clearance 3D printed links, so those are also on here. Basically almost everything on this truck is mofo. I've got the brass center skid plate and then the brass boulder bars which, I mean, why not? So, figured I would give an update of actually what this thing has now been doing. I've been, like I said, trial and error, so it's been quite a ride. We got the furitek Tesla board, as they say, a digi board, Tesla board, whichever you want to call it. I've got the furitek aluminum motor mount and the optional, not the standard. I have a video on that. I have the optional, I think it's a 15 tooth or a 20 tooth pinion. I think it's 15, not 20. There ain't no way. Instead of a 12, if I remember correctly. So, figured I would give everybody an update on what I'm running, what this thing is. And speaking of what I'm running, Hot Racing Illusion oil-filled shocks. So I'm running 25 weight in these things. So it works. I am not an expert on these by all means, but it works. The really good thing with this ugly mofo chassis, you got all these lovely shock points of where you want to go. I mean, it kind of is up to you. You can pretty much put pretty well anything wherever you want. You got holes everywhere. You can pretty well put it wherever you want to. Gives you quite a bit. It actually sets a lot lower than this, but I was getting a little hung up on some things. So, and a couple people I know were running these monstrous mudslingers. So why not? And I've got full send brass wheel weights, front and rear, and the treal 1.0 brass weighted 22 gram, if I remember correctly, wheels. They are the black and silver. So, I mean, I got these things like when they come out. So there's a lot of options on a lot of things. But I just figured I would give everybody an update on this. I somehow or another come across one of these AFG Rc 7.5 kilogram servos. These things, this thing is power hungry and it is very torquey. So, I mean, it's identical to a Reef's, except the power, I think, is just a little bit less, but it's a little bit less money. It works for me. So, I do also have the, I don't know if you can see it, maybe not, the mofo Rc, focus, maybe not. The mofo Rc servo mount. This isn't the brass one that he come out with. I don't think he's gonna make this one anymore because he was talking about it. The aluminum one is what it actually is. And I don't think this thing's gonna want to focus. Sorry, guys. But it's the same thing as the brass one, except it's aluminum instead of brass. So it works. So I figured I would give everybody an update on how this thing is and what it's been and what kind of ride I've been on with this thing. So one of these days I'll get a little bit of running video on this. So I'm not sure what kind of running video you guys are wanting. If you're wanting one, let me know and I can do my best to get one. So figured I would update everybody. You guys have a good night, and comment, subscribe. You know the deal, like everybody else. So, have a good night, guys. Bye.